spark up, feel it passing through. Bright flags bending into wider views. Step in, everything aligns. Warm air shifting through the entrance lines. Fabric wristbands brushing lightly against aluminum rails near the turning gate. Paper maps folding at the corners underneath the pressure of crowded hands. Plastic drink cups catching fractured colors from the hanging banner strips. Loose shoelaces dragging briefly through flattened grass beside the fence line. Portable speakers testing low vibrations somewhere beyond the outer field. Security scanners blinking softly near stacked metal barricades. Canvas tote bag sliding down from tired shoulders near the entrance path. Wind passing through stretched flag lines above the painted parking marks. Sun-warmed railings carrying heat across the palms beside the queue. Food truck menu shaking gently near the edge of folding tables. Sunglasses reflecting scattered movement from the drifting crowd ahead. Sticker sheets peeling slowly from the backs of laminated passes. The whole atmosphere widening farther than the road behind, pulling everything forward without asking for a reason why. No signal waiting to begin. The current starts beneath the skin. Spark up, feel it passing through. Bright flags bending into wider views. Step in, steady in the sound. Warm air lifting through the moving crowd. Spark up, stretching through the lane. Loose shadows sliding underneath the stage. No sharp edges pulling out of line. Only shifting colors keeping time. Banners overhead. Painted fabric spread. Low tones in the ground. Pulling closer now. Then shadows sliding diagonally across the dusty gravel near the field. Cooling mist drifting briefly from the side of silver water tanks. Cardboard trays balancing citrus slices near rows of stacked ice bins. Merchandise posters lifting softly at the corners in the wind. Camera straps twisting slowly near the edge of folding camping chairs. Phone cases glowing pale against the backs of denim jackets. Tall speaker towers standing quietly beside the stretched black cables. White sneakers tapping shallow patterns near the painted pathway signs. Sunlight flashing across bottle caps beside the temporary wooden decks. Thin streamers curling upward near the corners of the entrance tent. Long extension cords crossing underneath the lifted scaffold frames. Vinyl logo sheets pressing softly against the sides of moving bags. The field keeps opening farther past the layers of distant sound, carrying all the scattered motion outward through the grounds. Large fabric panels ripple slowly near the top of steel support beams. Folding stills collapsing softly beside the rows of cooler drinks. Dust lifting briefly from the surface near the far side of the lawn. Printed set time boards glowing underneath transparent covers. Light reflections sliding across the backs of stacked aluminum cans. The rhythm spreading wider through the pathways and the stands. No abrupt collision breaking focus from the flow. Only widening patterns carrying everything below. Spark up slowly through the field. Warm tones underneath the wheels. Step inside the waving lines. Let it settle into time. Spark up, feel it passing through. Bright flags bending into wider views. Step in, steady in the sound. Warm air lifting through the moving crowd. Spark up, skies. Light lines swaying slowly near the far side of the field. Low vibrations carrying underneath the moving feet. Plastic cups reflecting scattered shapes beside the painted lane. The entrance stays open as the rhythm rolls again. For the picnic blankets resting near the edge of painted wooden decks. Paper bracelets tangle loosely beside half-zip nylon backpacks. Tall drink dispensers sweating slowly underneath striped canopy cloth. Thin receipts slips drifting lightly from the corners of crowded counters. Round sticker badges pressed against the sides of clear plastic cases. Long folding benches filling gradually beneath suspended lighting cables. Cooling fans rotating quietly near the stacked equipment crates. Bright towel patterns shifting softly through the narrow walking paths. Cardboard carriers balancing fruit cups near the gravel turning lane. Metal bottle openers flashing briefly from attached keychain rings. Off fabric bucket hats rushing past rows of hanging poster rolls. Sunscreen tubes rolling gently near collapsed camping stools. The whole arrangement settling naturally into a steady pull, like the grounds themselves adjusting smoothly around the flow. The air keeps widening through the sound, a softer current moving through the crowd. Glide through, steady in the lane. Loose colors drifting through the hanging frames. Glide through, carried by the tone. Warm patterns turning through the open ground. Step by step the field expands. Space vibrations crossing hands to hands. No sharp change pulling out of view, only smooth momentum passing through. Drifting further through the space. Layered shadows change their shape. Footsteps blend beneath the tone. The wider field begins to glow. Printed wrist schedules folding softly inside transparent phone cases. Tall misting towers breathing cool air beside the gravel pathways. Food wrappers catching sunlight near the backs of stacked folding chairs. Portable chargers blinking faintly from open mesh side pockets. Large direction arrows painted onto temporary plywood boards. Camera lenses reflecting drifting figures near the outer divider posts. Running shoes tapping lightly over flattened patches of dry grass. Long fabric weavings curling upward near the corners of elevated platforms. Long tablecloth edges ripple gently underneath clipped metal weights. Colored marker circles guiding movement near the beverage stands. Vinyl signage bending slowly where the crosswing cuts the lane. Insulated bottles lined beside rolled up jackets near the barrier rails. The whole field breathing outward through the layered sound, pulling scattered motion farther through the grounds. Plastic badge holders pressing softly against oversized printed shirts. Rows of hanging lantern cords stretching past the merchandise tents. Aluminum stair plates warming underneath continuous passing steps. Large fabric shade sails floating above the center pathways. Dust lifting lightly near the outer divider poles. Cooling ice been stacked beneath handwritten menu boards. The rhythm spreading naturally between the drifting groups, carrying wider movement through the avenue loops. Glide through slowly with the sound. Loose reflections all around. Walkways turning into waves. Glide through, silence slowing down the view, only soft momentum pulling through. Glide through, stretching with the crowd. Layered fabric shifting through the sound. Wide pathways circling into place, keeping all the motion in its pace. Shade cloth swaying slowly near the edges of the field. Low vibrations rolling softly underneath the turning wheels. Clear cups stacked beside the painted platform lines. The movement keeps widening through the passing signs. Spill through, color through the haze. Chrome threads flicker through the layered waves. Tall mirror panels leaning near the sides of temporary entry ramps. Reflective tape strips crossing diagonally over black equipment. Trunks, glow sticks circling loosely from clipped carabiners on belt loops. Roll poster tubes knocking softly against oversized denim sleeves. Printed lanyards twisting underneath translucent poncho fabric. Stack phone coolers sliding carefully across marked utility lanes. Small pin badges catching flashes near the corners of mesh pockets. Bright windbreakers tied around folding stools beside the gravel rows. Orange utility cones lining shallow curves along the outer path. Portable floodlights humming faintly near the scaffold intersections. Loose paper flyers lifting briefly from the tops of storage bins. Polaroid photos bending lightly underneath transparent phone straps. The wider field stretching farther through the layered sound, like the whole arrangement spilling outward through the grounds. No fixed line holding back the frame. The tone keeps shifting shape to shape. Spill through, passing through the air. Thin reflections turning through the colored glare. Spill through, spreading through the grounds. Wide vibrations folding into drifting crowds. Step across the painted lanes. Chrome fabrics twist and change. No hard border left in view. Only widening patterns pulling through. Sharp synth lines crossing through the space. Quick guitar accents changing shape. Layered motion bending wide, carried by the outer tide. Large projection clothes floating near the tops of angled steel frames. Zipper cases sliding open beside the rows of charging stations. Cooling towels hanging loosely from attached camping hooks. Disposable camera wrappers pressed beneath transparent drink trays. Wristwatch faces glowing softly underneath stretched fabric roofs. Folded rain ponchos stacked beside temporary pallet stages. Thin cable sleeves curving carefully around the lifted platform sides. Soft bucket lights blinking slowly near the outer pathway signs. Reflective sunglasses turning fragments of movement into scattered shapes. Ticket stubs pressed flat against the corners of oversized wallets. Color chalk arrows fading lightly across the concrete loading strips. Insulated toed straps brushing against the sides of rolling cases. The whole atmosphere expanding through the layered base. Pulling drifting motion farther past the hanging glass. Printed fabric tunnel shifting underneath suspended wire grids. Cooling vapor drifting sideways near the beverage counter. waves across the moving wheels. The wider rhythm spilling outward once again. Thin shade cloth shifting slowly above the outer field. Painted walkway arrows fading softly across the stretched concrete lanes. Transparent rain covers folded carefully beside stacked utility boxes. Long picnic tables spilling gradually underneath pale fabric awnings. Cooling packs pressed quietly against the sides of insulated lunch bags. Rows of clipped admission tags swinging gently near temporary post frames. Soft foam earplugs scattered loosely beside rolled picnic sheets. Plastic water jugs lined carefully beneath elevated misting pipes. Narrow fabric pathways curving outward past the widened food stalls. Loose baseball caps turning slowly on the corners of folded chairs. Sun visors hanging lightly from attached backpack straps. Marker ink smudging faintly across laminated parking signs. Mesh pockets holding packets of citrus candy near the queue. The wider space unfolding naturally beyond the crowded lanes, like the whole field breathing farther past the rails. No closed edge remaining near the grounds. The wider air keeps circling through the sound. Blue ceiling stretching through the hanging cloth. Long pathways bending past the outer blocks. Blue ceiling drifting over moving lines. Warm color fragments shifting into softer shapes. Step across the painted floor. Wide shadows reaching farther than before. No tight corners holding back the space. Only broader patterns changing shape. Folded cardboard fans pressing flat against transparent storage bins. Temporary wash stations dripping lightly beside the gravel turns. Soft towel corners lifting gently from the backs of camping stools. Portable battery lamps glowing faintly underneath clipped canopy frames. Large printed maps curling slowly near the beverage counters. Thin nylon straps tightening softly around stacked folding carts. Paper cup sleeves scattered lightly near the painted loading strips. Cool air drifting gently through the widened platform rows. Vinyl seating mats rolling loosely near the outer support beams. Stacked plastic trays balancing fruit slices beside clear drink tubs. Safety wrist cords hanging softly from attached belt hooks. Blue chalk markings fading gradually across the edge of the path. The whole arrangement widening farther through the layered tone, pulling all the movement deeper through the grounds. Fabric roofs floating slowly near the upper poles. Open walkways curving through the scattered rows. Glass bottle highlights crossing over shaded lines. The wider field expanding through the sound. The ceiling stretching through the hanging cloth. Long pathways bending past the outer blocks. Blue ceiling drifting over moving lines. Warm color fragments shifting into softer shapes. Step across the painted floor. Wide shadows reaching farther than before. No dancing noodles near the outer loading pass. Metal drink taps shining faintly underneath the touch lantern string. Soft utility blankets bundled tightly near the platform stairs. Portable hand fans circling slowly beside transparent ice bins. Long zipper pouches sliding underneath clipped nylon straps. Painted distance markers curving toward the widened viewing lanes. Plastic ponchos tied loosely through the handles of folding crates. Stack snack boxes shifting softly on the corners of steel cards. Round key charms tapping lightly near oversized camera bags. The whole arrangement accelerating through the layered base, pulling all the scattered movement through the path. Full stride through the outer waves. White tones circling through the space. Temporary rail covers warming underneath continuous passing steps. Printed tile graphics bending softly near attached storage hooks. Battery indicator lights blinking slowly from the charging counters. Mesh drink holders swinging gently near the portable sink rows. Large folding parasols floating above the crowded center as clear waterproof cases pressing against oversized cotton shirts. Long foam seat pads stacked beside the painted divider blocks. Thin ribbon tags drifting lightly from the upper lighting trusses. Cooling air vents humming quietly near the lifted viewing decks. Plastic menu boards rattling softly underneath. Rotating clip hooks, blue marker arrows stretching toward the widened gravel lanes. Insulated body straps brushing across temporary bench rails. The wider grounds carrying motion past the layered lights, spreading through the shifting crowd lines. Wide overhead sails lifting slowly above the center pathways. Tall aluminum poles glowing faintly underneath the crossing beams. Large printed fabric walls curving near the elevated platform ramps. Storage containers stacked tightly beside the service corridors. Rolling utility wagons tracing patterns through the outer ground. Soft woven back straps twisting underneath the moving air. Full stride through the haze. Warm tones changing shape. Wide lanes underneath the sound, pulling farther through the ground. Full stride stretching through the grounds. Wide fabric curtains lifting through the sound. Full stride turning through the haze. Bright motion folding through the layer waves. Step across the painted floor. Long shadows reaching farther than before. No sharp silence slowing down the frame. Only broader curtains changing shape. Full stride widening through the air. Loose fabric circling through the outer square. Wide directions crossing into place, keeping all the motion in its pace. Overhead sails swaying near the widened field. Low bass pressure rolling underneath the wheels. Foldable sun mats resting quietly beside the outer platform edge. Striped thermal bottles lying loosely near half-collapsed tote frames. Soft paper napkins circling lightly underneath rotating table fans. Temporary locker keys swinging slowly from attached elastic bands. Cooling gel pack stacked carefully inside transparent utility tubs. Wide straw hats leaning sideways on the backs of portable stools. Printed drink tokens scattered loosely near the corners of wooden trays. The nylon windbreakers folded softly across the painted seating blocks. Portable foam batteries blinking faintly beside tangled charging cords. Large average coolers humming quietly underneath clipped menu boards. Mesh storage hammocks stretching gently between aluminum support hooks. Plastic storage chilled neck wraps. Clear zipper pouches pressing flat against oversized printed shirts. Temporary shoe bags folded underneath the corners of picnic sheets. Soft rubber seals resting near transparent storage crates. Folded utility aprons hanging loosely from the service counters. Wide fabric dividers curving softly through the outer resting lanes. Thin bamboo stir sticks scatter lightly near stacked drink lids. Rolling ice cars chasing quiet patterns past the lifted viewing decks. Printed luggage straps tightening slowly near attached folding hooks. Plastic condiment trays balancing citrus wedges near the shaded rows. Portable seat cushions sliding gently across the painted bench lines. The whole arrangement settling deeper through the layered bays, carrying slower motion through the widening grounds. Cooling air drifting near the upper rows. Wide cloth panels bending through the poles. Loose pavement markings stretching underneath the crowd. The wider tone continues through the grounds. Portable lights glowing near the service lanes. Float along, drifting through the space. Warm air crossing through the layered shades. Float along, turning through the grounds. Loose vibrations rolling softly through the crowd. Step across the slowed down lanes. Wide fabric shifting shape to shade. No sharp silence entering the frame. Only gentle currents changing plane. Float along, circling through the haze. Soft movement folding through the outer ways. Wide directions blending into sound. Pulling all the pathways through the ground. Folded chairs resting beside the outer rows. Plastic bottles cooling near the painted boards. Long queue markers leaning slightly near the wide and center walkways. Printed fabric armbands stacked beside transparent payment scanners. Portable menu chalkboards rattling softly underneath clipped metal hooks. Cooling wrist patches pressed flat against oversized denim pockets. Soft foam drink carriers balancing near temporary counter rails. Wide utility tape stretching carefully across unused loading corners. Plastic storage baskets sliding underneath folded merchandise racks. Tall beverage pitchers lined evenly near the polished service tables. Canvas folding stools shifting lightly beside attached umbrella stands. Numbered locker tokens stacking quietly against clipped zipper pulls. Rolled picnic tarps resting near the painted viewing strips. Clear adhesive labels peeling slowly from stacked beverage tubs. The wider pathways carrying movement farther through the grounds, keeping all the drifting motion steadily aligned. The layer base continues through the rows. Wide direction stretching through the tone. Press on, rolling through the space. Long shadows drifting past the outer gates. Press on, steady through the grounds. Wide vibrations circling through the crowd. Step across the painted lines. Loose color shifting side to Spider curtains curving gently near the shaded resting rows. Plastic condiment pumps lined evenly across the folding drink bars. And metallic guidelines crossing carefully over packed utility trunks. White paper menu sheets lifting lightly through the circulating air. Soft rubber floor mats pressing flat beneath the outer seating lanes. Printed venue maps curling slightly near the upper lighting post. Portable mist canisters resting beside rolled utility cords. Large insulated carriers sliding slowly through the center walkways. The whole arrangement continuing through the layered base, holding all the widening motion in place. Wide pathway, lights glowing softly near the upper rail lines. Temporary fabric arches curving through the outer rows. Rolling storage wagons tracing circles past the shaded service lanes. Plastic drink lids tapping lightly near stacked cooler frames. Long directional pennants stretching through the moving air. The wider field carrying all the motion forward. Press on through the outer haze. White dome circling through the space. Loose, smooth and changing shape. Press on, rolling through the space. Long shadows drifting past the outer gates. Press on, steady through the grounds. Wide vibrations circling through the crowd. Step across the painted lines. Loose colors shifting side to side. No sharp silence entering the frame. Only steady motion changing lanes. Press on, winding through the rows. Warm air flowing underneath the pulse. Wide vibrations circling into sound, pulling all the pathways through the grounds. Cube markers resting near the painted lanes. Soft mist drifting through the outer frames. The wider grounds continue past the rails. Spark up, feel it passing through. Bright lights bending into wider views. Step in, everything aligns. Warm air shifting through the entrance lines. Fabric wristbands brushing lightly against aluminum rails near the turning gate. Paper maps folding at the corners underneath the pressure of crowded hands. Plastic drink cups catching fractured colors from the hanging banner strips. Loose shoelaces dragging briefly through flattened grass beside the fence line. Portable speakers testing low vibrations somewhere beyond the outer field. Security scanners blinking softly near stacked metal barricades. Canvas tote bags sliding down from tired shoulders near the entrance path. Wind passing through stretched flag lines above the painted parking marks. Sun-warmed railings carrying heat across the palms beside the queue. Food truck menus shaking gently near the edge of folding tables. Sunglasses reflecting scattered movement from the drifting crowd ahead. Sticker sheets peeling slowly from the backs of laminated passes. The whole atmosphere widening farther than the road behind, pulling everything forward without asking for a reason why. No signal waiting to begin. The current starts beneath the skin. Spark up, feel it passing through. Bright lights bending into wider views. Step in, steady in a sound. Warm air lifting through the moving crowd. Spark up, stretching through the lane. Loose shadows sliding underneath the stage. No sharp edges pulling out a line. Only shifting colors keeping time. Banners overhead, painted fabric spread. Low tones in the ground, pulling closer now. Fence shadows sliding diagonally across the dusty gravel near the fields. Cooling mist drifting briefly from beside a silver water tanks. Cardboard trays balancing citrus slices near rows of stacked ice bins. Merchandise posters lifting softly at the corners in the wind. Camera straps twisting slowly near the edge of folding camping chairs. Phone cases glowing pale against the splashing across bottle caps beside the temporary wooden decks. Thin streamers curling upward near the corners of the entrance tent. Long extension cords crossing underneath the lifted scaffold frames. Vinyl logo sheets pressing softly against the sides and moving bags. The field keeps opening farther past the layers of distant sound, carrying all the scattered motion outward through the grounds. Large fabric panels ripple slowly near the top of steel support beams. Folding stools collapsing softly beside the rows of cooler drinks. Dust lifting briefly from the surface near the far side of the wine pin. Its head time boards glowing underneath transparent covers, like reflections sliding across the backs of stacked aluminum cans. The rhythm spreading wider through the pathways and the stands. No abrupt collision breaking focus from the floor, only widening patterns carrying everything below. Spark up slowly through the field, warm tones underneath the wheels. Step inside the waving lines, let it settle into time. Spark up, feel it passing through. Bright flags bending into wider view. Step in, steady in the sound. Warm air lifting through the moving crowd. Spark up, stretching through the lane. Loose shadows sliding underneath the stage. No hard silence flowing what began, only widening motion through the span. Spark up, turning through the ground. Speaker echoes rolling softly outward now. Canvas colors drifting into frame, pulling all the pathways into place. Black lines swaying slowly near the far side of the field. Low vibrations carrying underneath the moving feet. Plastic cups reflecting scattered shapes beside the painted lane. The entrance stays open as the rhythm rolls again. Folded picnic blankets resting near the edge of painted wooden decks. Paper bracelets tangled loosely beside half-zipped nylon backpacks. Tall drink dispensers sweating slowly underneath striped canopy cloth. Thin receipt slips drifting lightly from the corners of crowded counters. Round sticker badges pressed against the sides of clear plastic cases. Long folding benches filling gradually beneath suspended lighting cables. Cooling fans rotating quietly near the stacked equipment crates. Bright towel patterns shifting softly through the narrow walking paths. Cardboard carriers balancing fruit cups near the gravel turning lane. Metal bottle openers flashing briefly from attached keychain rings. Soft fabric bucket hats brushing past rows of hanging poster rolls. Sunscreen tubes rolling gently near collapsed camping stools. The whole arrangement settling naturally into a steady pull, like the grounds themselves adjusting smoothly around the flow. The air keeps widening through the sound, a softer current moving through the crowd. Glide through, steady in the lane. Loose colors drifting through the hanging frames. Glide through, carried by the tone. Warm patterns turning through the open ground. Step by step, the field expands. Bass vibrations crossing hands to hands. No sharp change pulling out of view, only smooth momentum passing through. Drifting further through the space, layered shadows change their shape. Footsteps blend beneath the tone. The wider field begins to glow. Printed reschedules folding softly inside transparent phone cases. Tall misting towers breathing cool air beside the gravel pathways. Food wrappers catching sunlight near the back stack folding chairs. Portable chargers blinking faintly from open mesh side pockets. Large direction arrows painted onto temporary plywood shuffle gently underneath clip metal weights. Colored markers, circles guiding movement near the beverage stands. Vinyl signage bending slowly where the crosswind cuts the lane. Insulated bottles lined beside rolled up jackets near the barrier rails. The whole field breathing outward through the layered sound, pulling scattered motion farther through the grounds. Plastic badge holders pressing softly against oversized printed shirts. Rows of hanging lantern cords stretching past the merchandise tents. Aluminum stair plates warming underneath continuous passing steps. Large fabric shade sails floating above the center pathways. Dust lifting lightly near the outer divider poles. Cooling ice bins stacked beneath handwritten menu boards. The rhythm spreading naturally between the drifting groups, carrying wider movement through the avenue loops. Glide through slowly with the sound, loose reflections all around. Walkways turning into glide through steady in the lane. Loose colors drifting through the hanging frames. Glide through, carried by the tone. Warm patterns turning through the open ground. Step by step, the field expands. Bass vibrations crossing hands to hands. No sharp silence slowing down the view. Only soft momentum pulling through. Glide through, stretching with the crowd. Layered fabric shifting through the sound. Wide pathways circling into place, keeping all the motion in its pace. Shade cloth swaying slowly near the edges of the field. Low vibrations rolling softly underneath the turning wheels. Clear cups stack beside the painted platform lines. The movement keeps widening through the passing signs. Spill through, color through the haze. Chrome threads flicker through the layer. Tall mirror panels leaning near the sides of temporary entry ramps. Reflective tape strips crossing diagonally over black equipment trunks. Glow sticks circling loosely from clipped carabiners on belt loops. Rolled poster tubes knocking softly against oversized denim sleeves. Printed liners twisting underneath translucent poncho fabric. Stack foam coolers sliding carefully across marked utility lanes. Small pin badges catching flashes near the corners of mesh pockets. Bright windbreakers tied around folding stools beside the gravel rows. Orange utility cones lining shallow curves along the outer path. Portable floodlights humming faintly near the scaffold intersections. Loose paper fires lifting briefly from the tops of storage bins. Polaroid photos bending lightly underneath transparent foam straps. The wider field stretching farther through the layered sound, like the whole arrangement spilling reflective sunglasses, turning fragments of movement into scattered shapes. Ticket stubs pressed flat against the corners of oversized wallets. Colored chalk arrows fading lightly across the concrete, loading strips, insulated toe straps brushing against the sides of rolling cases. The whole atmosphere expanding through the layered space, pulling drifting motion farther past the hanging glass. Printed fabric tunnels shifting underneath suspended wire grids, cooling vapor drifting sideways near the beverage counters. Rows of metallic barricade feet anchored beneath stretched support ropes. Utility carts rattling softly through the service access roads. Reflected tarps rippling near the upper lighting bars. The sound keeps widening underneath the crossing lights. Spill through softly now, chrome tones across the crowd, stretching through the outer frame, pulling all the lines. Spill through, passing through the air, thin reflections turning through the colored glare. Spill through, spreading through the grounds, wide vibrations folding into drifting crowds. Step across the painted lanes, chrome fabrics twist and change. No hard silence slowing down the view, only winding currents pulling through. Spill through, layer through the haze, quick reflections shifting through the waves. Outer pathways turning into streams, carried through the larger scene. Projection cloth swaying near the edges of the field. Soft floodlights tracing shapes across the moving wheels. The wider rhythm spilling outward once again. Thin shade cloth shifting slowly above the outer field. Painted walkway arrows fading softly across the stretched concrete lanes. Transparent rain covers folded carefully beside stacked utility boxes. Long picnic tables filling gradually underneath pale fabric awnings. Cooling packs pressed quietly against the sides of insulated lunch bags. Rows of clipped admission tags swinging gently near temporary post frames. Soft foam earplugs scattered loosely beside rolled picnic sheets. Plastic water jugs lined carefully beneath the elevated misting pipes. Narrow fabric pathways curving outward past the widened food stalls. Loose baseball caps turning slowly on the corners of folded chairs. Sun visors hanging lightly from attached backpack straps. folded cardboard fans pressing flat against transparent storage bins, temporary wash stations dripping lightly beside the gravel turns, soft towel corners lifting gently from the backs of camping stools, portable battery lamps glowing faintly underneath clipped canopy frames, large printed maps curling slowly near the beverage counters, the nylon straps tightening softly around stacked folding carts, paper cups, leaves scattered lightly near the painted loading strips, cool air drifting gently through the widened platform rows, vinyl seating mats rolling loosely near the outer support beams, stacked plastic trays balancing fruit slices beside clear drink tubs, safety wrist cords hanging softly from attached bell hooks, blue chalk markings fading gradually across the edge of the path, the whole arrangement widening farther through the layered tone, pulling all the movement deeper through the grounds, fabric roofs floating slowly near the upper poles, open walkways curving through the scattered rows, glass bottle highlights crossing over shaded lines, the wider field expanding through the sound, blue ceilings stretching through the hanging cloth, long pathways bending past the outer blocks, blue ceiling drifting over moving lines, one color fragment shifting into softer shapes, step across the painted floor, white shadows reaching farther than before, no sharp silence closing down the frame, only broader currents changing shape, blue ceiling turning through the layered air, loose fabric lifting through the outer square, wide directions opening through the sound, pulling all the pathways outward now, shade cloth swaying near the widened lane, cooling air drifting through the outer frames, fast color patterns circling through the outer lane, low bass pressure rolling underneath the frames, full stride stretching through the grounds, wide fabric currents lifting through the sound, full stride turning through the haze, bright motion folding through the layer waves, step across the painted floor, long shadows reaching farther than before, no slow corners left to trace, only wide motion changing shape, large cooling barrels stacked beside the center beverage stands, folded lawn chairs pressing into flattened strips of drying grass, temporary stamp tables crowded underneath suspended cloth, paper tray holders balancing noodles near the outer loading paths, metal drink taps shining faintly underneath the attached lantern strings, soft utility blankets bundled tightly near the platform stairs, portable hand fan circling slowly beside transparent ice bins, long zipper pouches sliding underneath clipped nylon straps, painted distance markers curving toward the widened viewing lanes, plastic ponchos tied loosely through the handles of folding crates, stack boxes shifting softly on the corners of steel carts, round key charms tapping lightly near oversized camera bags, the whole arrangement accelerating through the layered base, pulling all the scattered movement through the path, full stride through the outer waves, white tone circling through the space, temporary rail covers warming underneath continuous passing steps, printed towel graphics bending softly near attached storage hooks, battery indicator lights blinking slowly from the charging counters, mesh drink holders swinging gently near the portable sink rows, large folding parasols floating above the crowded center paths, clear waterproof cases pressing against oversized cotton shirts, long foam seat pads stacked beside the painted divider blocks, thin ribbon tags drifting lightly from the upper lighting trusses, cooling air vents humming quietly near the lifted viewing decks, plastic menu boards rattling softly underneath rotating clip hooks, blue marker arrows stretching toward the widened gravel lane, soft woven backstraps twisting underneath the moving air. Full stride, through the haze, warm tones changing shape. Wide lanes underneath the sound, pulling farther through the ground. Full stride, stretching through the ground. Wide fabric currents lifting through the sound. Full stride, turning through the haze. Upright motion folding through the layered waves. Step across the painted floor, long shadows reaching farther than before. No sharp silence slowing down the frame, only broader currents changing shape. Full stride, widen through the air. Loose fabric circling through the outer square. Wide directions crossing into place, keeping all the motion in its pace. Overhead sails swaying near the widened peel. Low bass pressure rolling underneath the wheels. Foldable sun mats resting quietly beside the outer platform edge. Striped thermal bottles lined loosely near half-collapsed tote frames. Soft paper napkins circling lightly underneath rotating table fans. Temporary locker keys swinging slowly from attached elastic bands. Cooling gel packs stacked carefully inside transparent utility tubs. Wide straw heads leaning sideways on the backs of portable stools. Printed drink tokens scattered loosely near the corners of wooden trays. The nylon windbreakers folded softly across the painted seating blocks. Portable phone batteries blinking faintly beside tangled charging cords. Large beverage coolers humming quietly underneath clipped menu boards. Mesh storage hammocks stretching gently between aluminum support hooks. Plastic storage clips tapping lightly against folded camping racks. Blue adhesive markers fading slowly across the widened concrete strips. Long beverage straws shifting sideways through the circulating air. The wider grounds continue through the tone. Soft patterns circling without force. Float along, drifting through the space. Warm air crossing through the layered shapes. Float along, turning through the grounds. Loose vibrations rolling softly through the crowd. Step across the slowed down lanes. White fabric shifting shape to shape. No hard pressure pulling through the frame. Only gentle currents changing place. Round paper lantern covers swaying near the upper beverage rows. Portable spray bottles lined beside stacks of chilled neck wraps. Clear zipper pouches pressing flat against oversized printed shirts. Temporary shoe bags folded underneath the corners of picnic sheets. Soft rubber wrist seals resting near transparent storage crates. Folded utility aprons hanging loosely from the service counters. Wide fabric dividers curving softly through the outer resting lanes. Thin bamboo stir sticks scattered lightly near stacked drink lids. Rolling ice cars tracing quiet patterns past the lifted viewing decks. Printed luggage straps tightening slowly near attached folding hooks. Plastic condiment trays balancing citrus wedges near the shaded rows. Portable seat cushions sliding gently across the painted bench lines. The whole arrangement settling deeper through the layered base, carrying slower emotion through the widening grounds. Cooling air drifting near the upper rows. Wide cloth panels bending through the poles. Loose pavement marks marking stretching underneath the crowd. The wider tone continues through the grounds. Portable lights glowing near the surface lanes. Float along, drifting through the space. Warm air crossing through the layered shade. Float along, turning through the grounds. Loose vibrations rolling softly through the crowd. Step across the slowed down lanes. White fabric shifting shape to shape. No sharp silence entering the frame. Only gentle currents changing place. Float along, circling through the haze. Soft movement folding through the outer waves. Wide directions blending into sound, pulling all the pathways through the grounds. Folded chairs resting beside the outer rows. Plastic bottles cooling near the painted boards. Long queue markers leaning slightly near the wide and center walkways. Printed fabric garments stacked beside transparent payment scanners. Portable mini chalkboards rattling softly underneath clip metal hooks. Cooling wrist patches pressed flat against oversized denim pockets. Soft foam drink carriers balancing near temporary counter rails. Wide utility tape stretching carefully across unused loading corners. Plastic storage baskets sliding underneath folded merchandise racks. Tall beverage pitchers lined evenly